Forza Horizon 5 has added this, the Nissan Stagea. But not just this. This! This, the tiny AZ-1, and this, a car that I have no idea existed, but it kind of looks like a bit of an eclipse, right? We're going to be checking a couple of these out today, starting with, of course, this. Well, not this one specifically, that's mine. And I can, of course, tell you a little bit about as to why I own one, why I decided, the story behind it, and ultimately how Forza Horizon and its developers were completely wrong about this car in many ways. Okay, a few ways, you know. Gotta hype you up a little bit. So the very reason I fell in love with this thing, I didn't even know it existed up until I actually purchased one. And I set in my mind straight away that I needed to do this, an R34 front end swap. Now, this is a more extensive swap than you think because you have to have a dedicated kit that is not official to make all this work. Things don't just fit and align. You need fenders, side skirts, and sometimes a rear bumper. Now, thankfully, the one I bought already had like a kit on it to go. But this one, as you can see, adapts the car a lot more than you think. So we got to give a prop to Playground Games for putting the effort in to make this and make the fitment better in the process of doing so. Now, one gripe I do have, and you'll notice, mine infinitely looks better than this one. And that's because this R34 front end is the standard one. It looks so droopy for some reason. And I noticed that myself, and I could have done the very same thing, but Z-Tune is superior. Now, you'll notice twin turbos. This is a point I want to make. In the video talking about this car, they got a few things wrong. This is in their Let's Go streams, and this is what they had to say.
Specifically, it's the RB25, sorry. So it's a twin turbo, straight six, 2.5 litre. All-wheel drive. So in this, it's an automatic, not the manual that was not.
What? Why? Anyway, slightly wrong in the whole thing there. The RB25 that's in here is a single turbo. They come in manual or automatic. This one is, well, they say automatic. It doesn't matter, whatever, it's a model. But they come with multiple engines, including an RB26 option, which, as you can imagine, is in the game to begin with. That is super, super sick. Now, the actual difference between these two engines is actually not that tremendous. I think the graphs are really going a bit over the top here, to the point where you really should just stick with the RB25 if you've got it and, you know, soup it up a little bit. I've single turboed my RB26 in my Skyline. It's just a more modern and dignified way to do it. You've also got this, which I'm gonna be honest, people always say is a 2J, but can you really tell how much of a difference? It just sounds like they've dialed it up. It could be an RB26 and we just don't know about it, or an RB30. Anyway, this thing is slow as piss, so I'm actually going to put a 26 in it, because if you could do it, and it's so easy to do so because it's a game, why the hell would you not do it? Now, there's actually one other car that I'm actually really excited about, and once again, maybe I'll be a bit of a hypocrite for saying I like that car, but you'll see. For now, let's focus a little bit on this and just max it out. Let's get the fitment sorted on this thing, because those tires are tiny, those wheels are tiny. I need to make it look like what it's supposed to be, and that's an R34 GTR wagon as we have built it, friends. This is the closest we're gonna get to the wheels that I would like, so let's go for those. And that's too much. That's too much. So we got 18-inch. That's maybe a little bit big on this car. It is a little car. I think 17. That looks a little bit nicer. So let's go for 17s. Wait, do we have a weight? Oh, for God's sake, so we are jumping way down in weight, and the horsepower, that weight is actually pretty damn good. 800 horsepower in the Skyline. That is way more than enough. Now, it wouldn't really suit the car, maybe, unless we went for a nice new color. These are the manufacturer colors available, and quite frankly, I hate them all. Maybe the red's actually not too bad. I'm not a big fan. I will go with a custom paint. So I was very much considering going for like a Bayside blue to match my R34 GTR, but then I thought, okay, well, what if I do a midnight purple? But then I was like, you know, maybe what would be best is a Millennium Jade. How do I even do a Millennium Jade on this game? This is gonna be... Let's do some tinting of the windows. I love the seats in the interior, by the way. They don't hold you at all. So when you drive, it's genuinely like it's a true old car experience, that's for sure. So fun little fact for you guys, I actually have an exhaust to put on this vehicle, and it's something that I don't know why I haven't done yet. I've just been stuck with the M3, the new commercial space. Now, it understeers like you would assume an R34, a heavy, big boatified R34 would, but it's got that Forza slide that I think I've missed for so long. You know what? It kind of makes me think that it's probably due to the long wheelbase. This thing is huge. It is massive. Oh my god, that's a horrible tint on the window. I like legal tints because you can actually see then. I've got the Porsche Panamera, which I genuinely love. It's probably the fastest car I've owned. Practical, it's beautiful, it's amazing. But this, you could fit your damn sofa in here. It is massive. The fact that it's just a squared off box genuinely does numbers. You know, I didn't upgrade the gearbox, and that might be that might be terrible. I'm definitely gonna blow this thing up. There's gonna be a big hole in it by the end. So, fun fact, I didn't know this car existed. As I had a friend send me a picture of a Stagea with a front end R34 swap on Messenger. I was in the gym at the time. He sent me a message showing me this picture of this car, an R34 Wagon. So I went on internet and I found my Stagea. Now, it had just been imported, actually. It was a fresh example, just been looked after by a really cool importer. And the thing cost like 6 grand. It was dirt cheap. The mileage wasn't bad. I saw it, I jumped on it straight away and knew exactly what the plan was. There was no question. It had to be done. I had to own one. Which makes me think, like, should I get the 4-door R34 as well and complete the collection, like starter Pokemon? Anyway, I love the Stagea so much, and I'm definitely going to be using this a heck of a lot more. There's so many cool builds to be able to be made in this game with this car. My god, it's so long. But there's also one other car that you might be surprised to know that I really like. And also have considered buying, but I didn't. You know, I've got to buy things. I've got to exist. Now, it actually confused me a little bit because this doesn't have the name that I would assume. This is the Pajero, but in this, it's called the Montero, which is a very similar name. I'm assuming it's just named differently for a different market. But the Pajero is something I kind of adore. It's a small 4x4. It's tall, yes, but it's not just long and tall and fat and big for no reason. It makes sense. It has a purpose. And that's why I kind of like it. However, Donut Media recently made a video calling this a 4x4 SUV, which ruined my case of saying, oh, but it's a 4x4, not an SUV. So now I'm saying I like an SUV. I'm so sorry. But, you know, no. I'm calling it a 4x4. It's different. A 4x4 is different. And I'm not talking about new Defender, because that ain't no 4x4. That is an Essex wagon. No question. Anywho, this thing is super sick. I don't even need to mention upon the history of it. It just looks awesome. And I'm looking forward to being able to give it a quick drive across the country. And of course, customize it to see exactly what it's got in stock. Because this game kind of screams at you to just drive across the country. And what better car than this? Let's customize it. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not expecting much in terms of visual customization, but what the clearly I'm wrong. They've at least put some kind of bull bar stuff on it. That's pretty freaking sick. I'm gonna keep the standard one though. For the first time ever, I'm not gonna rice it. You're so welcome. We got the Forza wing. No. We got the rear bumper customization, which is removing the wheel. It's got more than I expected. But the Pajero is so sick, and I very much want to start building this thing. I don't know a whole everything about this car, and that's what I like about when these cars come to games, because you can just learn a little bit more. Now, you can go for a V8 turbo diesel straight away, and an inline 4, racing V8, or... Why does it follow us absolutely everywhere? I guess JDM engine, JDM car, kind of makes sense, but V8, it doesn't sound very V8-y. That's because it didn't switch properly. Now it sounds like a V8. Ooh. Let's go for the twin turbo aspiration conversion. We went with the V8, by the way. And honestly, I don't know if I need to really do much to this car. It looks the part. It drives the part. Once again, comfortable, cushiony seats that probably don't hold you in at all, though I can't comment on this one because I don't own it. If I had a big shed, I would have lots of big sheddy Japanese cars in it. So all we can do is put the off-road suspension on this, which would make sense, but it would be cool to be able to slam it to the ground and just make like a proper drift car. We'll do a roll cage. I love it. It's like a little monster truck. Look how wide I made the front there. That is ridiculous. I don't know if I even want to change the wheels because they do look real. No, I've changed my mind. I do want to change the wheels. This is fantastic. I am so happy with this. What if we make the rims bigger as well? Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That is beautiful. You know, though, I'm going to go for 19s. I think 19s makes the most sense. Wait, we've got tire profile? I have not seen this. Is this new? Because I have not seen anything like that before. That is awesome. And all the way up, we've added 1100 horsepower. Yeah, that'll do. When I normally see these, oh yeah, the white is so sick. But I kind of like the red. I think the red does it for me on this car. I think a nice red to contrast the blue we had earlier is just perfect. And this is a little bit more aggressive of a red. So let's go for that because it just pops. Oh, yo, you can change the whole rear to be blue. That's really nice. Honestly, of the car packs, this might be the best car pack they have done to me. What the frick? Why has that man got a Minecraft box on his head? What have they done? All right, look at the state of the car lineup. Whoa, the suspension. Why did it just ignore second gear? What a little rocket. If I was gonna get, I was genuinely considering at one point when I didn't know the Porsche Panamera existed and the tow capacity of it existed, I was considering getting one of the little Defenders. I just kind of think they look really cool. And the fact that tow capacity is as big as like a big truck, having this a little tiny vehicle like this, towing a trailer that's twice as long as the vehicle just sounds hilarious. Now, this, as I said, best car pack they have added to the game. I am really, really happy. The Stagea being in the game is so cool because, again, to me, that would be a way to discover this car. I would have had no idea personally about it. And for cars to introduce people to cool concepts like that, being able to push the licensing to that level where they actually allow the front end to be swapped from one car to another is awesome. But ignore that there's no Z-Tune and that they could have done it better. They absolutely could have. And they could do it better in the future. I want a Pajero with a V8. But the fact that they've done it, I'm really appreciative of it. And a car pack that costs £1, less than £1 per car, I'm really not going to complain about it at all. Oh, mate. This is the perfect car for this game. Why did it take them so long? Why has the Pajero been missing from this game this whole damn time? And I still don't know why they haven't got those off-road bloody Hurricanes in the game. Oh, it just makes no damn sense. Like a V8 in one of these. God, Mitsubishi used to be one of the coolest brands in the world, and then they ruined it. Why did you do that, Mitsubishi? What the hell happened? How did you go from something like this, the Eclipse, the Evos, to the absolute tosh that you've released today? It's kind of disgusting. Anyway, if you want to see me build the other two cars, I'm very interested in doing so. Be sure to smash a like if we get to 7,000 likes. We'll do it. We'll see. Check out these, by the way.